When the school board was considering the proposal of having the one-to-one initiative for this past academic year, it was very exciting. And then it got approved, and that proposal became a reality. With only 1 year under our belts, I think we've just scratched the surface of what could be done.
We're using the Excel spreadsheet to make equations to figure out how much electricity, let's say, a hairdryer would use if you left it on 24 hours for a whole month. And we're learning all the equations on the computer.
Because it provides universal supports for all the kids in the classroom, I'm able to provide students with accommodations that that it's really not a public knowledge that they're getting it because they just have a computer in front of them like everybody else. However, there's software and settings on the computer that can provide those students with something that's more personalized that they wouldn't have accepted if they were the only kids in the room with a laptop.
So how does it work? Explain it to me.
Well, there's a nuclear reaction with uranium, and then that heats up water, which creates steam, turbine, and then just generates it like that.
Our topic is pro-nuclear, so we're getting information.
It makes it easier for you to transition between working at school and at home because you don't have to have a flash drive and remember to put your assignments from a school computer on your flash drive in order to work on them. You can just take your computer and bring it home.
It makes it easier to do projects, to take them home. If you don't have a computer at home, you can take it home and use it.
Down here, and I was going to see which direction the electrons flow. So whether it's positive to negative or negative to positive.
Based upon the model?
Yeah, based upon how that one goes. So I was going to
Sorting these into renewable and non-renewables.
I think it levels the playing field for kids who don't have computer access or have not had computer access at home, and we're a little uncomfortable on a keyboard and accessing information.
When they're working on their laptop, it's really individualized for them more than group work, where they can just be alone and work at their own pace and at their own speed.
Work quality, particularly on any assignment where there's writing involved, I see my students writing more, and it's easier certainly to understand, and in some kids' cases it's much easier to read because it takes handwriting out of the picture.
From my perspective, their handwriting is a challenge, and they're just more savvy and comfortable using a computer, and so they produce more, and it seems easier for them.
One nice example of what it's done for handwriting and content is I did pay attention to how much a couple of students wrote during the kneecaps that I had. This was the first time we ever used laptop computers during the kneecaps for writing during the reading assessment and actually the math, but particularly in the writing, in the reading assessments, it made a difference because they wrote more and they wrote more clearly, and in a couple of cases it was the first time the student ever earned a 3, which is proficient in their entire school career.
Is that you typing?
It's not me typing. This is a Google Doc, and therefore the whole class can be working on it at the same time, and we can edit each other's stuff if needed.
I don't have papers all stuffed in my backpack as much, and you're really more careful with things when you're using it on a laptop.
I can organize it into folders, and especially SugarSync helped. It's because it's backed up, so if it doesn't save in one spot, it will be on SugarSync. So that kind of helped.
Things would be placed and measured. Does this make sense? If you want to use Google Earth as a tool to show as a presentation, just make sure you create a folder and have all of your place marks in that folder. What's really nice about having your own laptop is that it's not going to go away. It's not like we're logging on, logging off, and losing different things. But
overall, I'm really positive about it. You know, it's had its challenges. I know some of the students had been frustrated with certain things about it. It's definitely the future for kids, and I think we need to be preparing them for their future. So I really appreciate that. And I also think they need to learn how to manage technology, in not only in the way that it affects their work life, but also how it affects their social life and personal experiences. I think it's given us as teachers opportunities to help them understand when a computer is appropriate for use and when it is not, and when it gets in the way of human relationships.